evening everybody, Car Biker here. Out for an evening, quite a windy evening actually tonight, but it's bright and it's dry. Although I have managed to just find a truck that was filling up with water and spilling it all over the road in a horrible heap. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but it's all shiny and glistening on the road up there. But I thought I'll try and find somewhere quiet to do a walk around of the bike and tell you a bit about my bike. I said I'd do one, and every time I've done one in the past, somebody's either turned up asking me if I'm okay, or parked a car in front of it, or done something silly. So I thought, here is quiet. I don't even know where I am. So hopefully nobody else does either, and it all looks pretty shut up. So there it is. This is my slightly waxy, I used the wrong wax, like an idiot. Used some car wax on it that I shouldn't have done. So I need to sort that out with some nice clear stuff. But here is my Kawasaki Z1000. It's actually a 2015 model, last of, but it's on a 16 plate because it's not been registered before now, which means I've got the non-ABS version. I probably would have got the ABS version if I'd have not dropped my other bike and done some damage to it before I traded it in. But to be fair, do I care about the ABS or not? I don't think I do. Hopefully I won't live to regret that. Some future video where I end up crashing into something because of bad braking and everyone says to me, well, you did say. But anyway, enough of that. So this is the Z1000. Cracking face on it. 1000cc Kawasaki naked. I think you call them a super naked, don't you? It's actually 1043 cc's. I think it's the same engine as in the Z1000 SX I used to have. Just a lot less bike. It's almost like they've said, what's the minimum we can put on this? We need an engine, a fuel tank, some wheels, something to steer it with, and somewhere to hang a number plate and sit. And there's kind of not a lot else. They might have gone a bit over the top on the exhaust. They're quite large, and I'm thinking I may change those because they're also quite quiet. I'll start it up in a minute and let you have a listen. They're not bad. I mean, it's got a nice kind of rumble to it. It's a deep rumble, but they're not loud. And I don't want to go obnoxious. I was watching what's he called? Baron von Grumble. Watching Baron von Grumble the other day, and he had his KTM with a new exhaust on, and it sounded offensively loud. I don't want to get to that point. I've had that before with the XJ6. Probably not KTM loud, but loud enough with the XJ6 that it was one that you had to walk to the end of the street before you started it up just to stop annoying the neighbours. So I will be changing the exhaust, I think. But apart from that, I've not done a huge amount to it. I have put some engine covers on, put some crash bungs on, because obviously I needed them. Oxford heated grips. Can't be doing without my heated grips, I'm such a wuss. Changed the levers to adjustable ones just because of tiny fingers. So I've found it that for some reason one side's always adjustable when you buy a new bike and one side isn't, or it has been on mine anyway, and I've always struggled with my clutch side because it hasn't been adjustable. So adjustable levers and radiator guard I've put on it as well. And aside from that, not a great deal. I have, oh yes, the proper customization. I have put orange dust caps on that are in the shape of pistons. And aside from that, the one thing that's slightly irritating on this one is getting to protect the paintwork, getting a tank pad, because that section's so thin, and it is actually a separate piece of plastic, so this comes off in one piece. So if you can see a line there, I actually bought some clear vinyl wrap, and I've just wrapped that bottom piece. It's starting to peel a bit there, so I think I might be redoing it at some point. But it's just wrapped around and underneath, so it'll stop me scratching it for now while I work out what to do. Standard tank pads kind of don't fit, and the Kawasaki one is £35, which is just silly. Very, very silly indeed. So that's what it looks like. Now you've got to have a look at the... I'll turn them off. They will turn themselves off in a minute. Got to have a look at it. I love this. This is very, very sad, and yet somehow I love it. So I always like it when you turn on a bike and it does clever things. But this one, it's got computery gizmos, nothing remote on it. I don't know why you need it. You can kind of reach for it here, so you got all your temperature and mileage and MPG and all the other things I don't really care about. But what you have got is the grooviest rev counter ever. So down here you can see we've got revs up to 3,000-ish. And then the cool bit is when you go above 3,000 and it goes into the top bit. Now I'm not supposed to be going above 7,000 revs yet, in theory, because it's in the second stage of running in still. I haven't done 1,000 miles quite yet. Probably will have by the time I get home tonight. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? So sound wise, it's more intake noise actually that's cool than exhaust. It's got a rumble. And it's quite nice, but yeah, it just needs a little bit more, I think. But yeah, that's the bike. Specs and stuff, I don't know, it's 140 something horsepower, 111 newton meters of torque, which is 83 foot-pounds or something. I don't really understand torque. I just know when you twist it hard, the front wheel comes up, which is amusing when you want it to, and less amusing when you don't. But it's although it's got the same engine and same lots of other bits as the Z1000 SX, it is completely different to ride. Much stronger suspension, or harder suspension. This, you know, there's not a lot of movement in the back end at all. I might even have to soften that up a bit, whereas the Z1000 SX I couldn't get strong enough. And then at the front it's got the Showa suspension gubbins, so you've got a preload on the left hand side and 10 and com on the right hand side, which I'm assuming must be compression and rebound, but who knows, and stuff everywhere else. People have asked me if I've got a name for it. Not really that bothered about names, to be honest, but I have named the other ones. I did have Bat Bike first and then Green Goblin, and then after Green Goblin I had Bat Bike 2 because, as I say, I don't really care about that one. This one I don't really know what to call it, so people have asked. So if you've got a name, they've all kind of been superheroes or, you know, that kind of thing so far. Orange and black. I started a system of superhero names that I couldn't really follow through on because I don't know that much about them. The Human Bolt. Bolty. I like Bolty, but wrong colour. Sorry, Mrs. C. So, yeah, if you can come up with a name. Not Iron Man, though, that's really lame. But that's the Z1000. I love it. So I'm now going to go and ride it some. I'll probably do a review at some point, but not quite yet, because 95% of the riding I've been doing is in the rain. So I haven't really fully got to grips with it yet. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Ride safe. Oh yeah, final modification there, ram mount. And I'll talk to you all again soon. Now I might not have the exhaust sound, but this is addictive.